It is 5 minutes after the hour. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and joining us this morning is 3 Purple Heart Award winner, of course, Ed Jenkins. And Ed, you're the Grand Marshal of the parade tomorrow, and we've been absent, about 7 years with the parade?
I believe at least 7 years of that, Jimmy Dale. But now some of the people asked to, start it back this year, and we started it back, and I believe it'll be a continuation. Looks like support has really grown for it this year.
Now, how did we get this started back? I mean, it's kind of dormant for a number of years, although this is a very, very important day honoring our veterans.
This was a joint thing of the American Legion, the VVA from here, and then, of course, Ken Brewer helped with lining everything up. And we got it together in just a short period of time. Of course, we had some help, from the mayor a little bit, helping us get things on. And then Miss Carol Bates helped us get the trailer and everything set out front for speeches and whatnot. So we appreciate all that. It was a joint thing. It wasn't just Ed Jenkins. He worked, hard on it too, but it's a joint individual thing.
Tell us about the parade, what's going to be taking place tomorrow honoring our veterans.
Okay, there will be the parade, and we're going to try to start it at no later than 10:30. After the parade, there will be a reception for the veterans and their families and other people that comes, and whosoever will come, the people in the parade, and right in the parking lot here by City Hall. And there will be people talking and everything, and we just got a lot of things.
You got a couple of bands in the parade, right?
Yes, we got the $500,000 band from Sylacauga, and we got the B.B. Comer marching band, yes. And we've got all these young ladies, pretty young ladies from Fayetteville, Schulersburg, Sylacauga, and we got people representing B.B. Comer. Mm-hmm. And so we got a lot of things, and then we got a bunch of veterans float with the Alabama National Guard.
Talk about Mr. Wakefield a little bit and tell us who he is.
Mr. Wakefield is a World War II veteran, and he was a prisoner of war over there. He is a member of the First United Methodist Church here in Sylacauga, and he still gets around real good and still does a lot for people, and he makes different things, and I think he's made some cabinets for some people, so he's very intelligent.
He was a prisoner of war, and he was involved. Was it the Battle of the Bulge he was involved in?
He was involved with that one, and one or two more before he was captured, I think. I mean, he was right in there, and Mr. Horton is still living here now.
There's not many World War II veterans alive in this area, right?
No, not many. The ones that we've had come recently, around, of course, everybody knows them. Mr. Horton, and one of the twins, the other one's dead, Mr. Thacker, Mr. Ellington, Mr. Wakefield. I think that we probably have, from what I can gather, around in this Sylacauga area, around 10 or 12.
Why is it so important, not just tomorrow, but it is Veterans Day, that we continually honor our veterans? It
is real important we honor our veterans, Jimmy Dale. And I really thank you, because every time you see one at a coffee shop and whatnot, you thank them. And I appreciate that, Jimmy. You really honor the veterans. And, that's what it's all about. And every veteran should be honored. We've had some sad situations lately with some of our veterans. And, of course, in anything, I get really tickled. A veteran's file is supposed to be private. And so I had a fella that, I will not call no name, but he was just publishing in the paper, in one of the local papers, not here, about how much they made and this and that and the other. And I don't know where he's a veteran himself, but I don't know where he gets all that access. It would be, nice if you had access to your own file. And there's nothing for a veteran to be ashamed of. I commend every veteran. And of course, we all know some make more than others. I mean, a colonel that served 40 years, he's going to make more than a sergeant that served 40. So that's just the whole thing. Nutshell. I don't know. I don't know why we.
You're a Vietnam vet, right?
Yes, Vietnam vet, a Vietnam veteran. But out of our thing tomorrow, we're saluting all veterans, but we're trying to pay tribute to the last of our World War II veterans tomorrow, because we may not have them anymore, and we may not have us anymore before that goes. We don't know, but the thing about it is we need to try to pay tribute to everybody while they're living.
I saw this somewhere in recent days, how many men and women we lost during World War II. It was astronomical, the numbers of dead and wounded.
Absolutely, that's absolute. The program at Fayetteville and Sylacauga High School mentioned that. They've excessive numbers. We just lost a great number of people in the World War II, and the number of wounded. But and say this about them and for them, their loss wasn't in vain. They come out a winner.
Veterans Day tomorrow, parade in downtown Sylacauga, and there are parades at different venues across the state and around the country tomorrow on Veterans Day. And you're a Vietnam vet. You're involved in your community with the Vietnam veterans and those with disabilities. And when you were in the military, when you left Vietnam and came back to America, did you feel like a veteran, Ed?
I felt like a veteran. A lot of people, we kind of mistreated, especially when we came back either through Washington, Sacramento, or California out there. And, it was a sad situation, but, we got used to it and got over it. We come back home. The people here were real patriotic at that time. And Jimmy Dale, we're trying to get back to that patriotism for the veteran. I'd like to make mention of one, and he's still my hero, Colonel Sprayberry.
You mention him a lot when you talk to people.
Yes, I do, because he is our hero in Sylacauga. He is our Medal of Honor winner, and, there's nothing no higher. And that's the reason I mention him, because there's nothing no higher. And we're really proud of him, and, and it's just a great, he and Mr. Wakefield are two prominent people that we should be proud of.
Now, both of them will be participating in the parade tomorrow?
No, the Colonel Sprayberry, I don't know where he be in Birmingham or where he be. I haven't seen him in a while, but he is a prominent, he's got a place in my heart, he and Wakefield. One of the prominent men of our state, and again, not calling no name, said that he wanted him to have a vehicle himself, and we arranged that. And so that's the way it is. Since Colonel Sprayberry couldn't be here, now Colonel Sprayberry was here at one we had years back and made an outstanding talk. He knows what it's like, the war, and if anybody does, he does. And I get so beside myself thinking about the sacrifice that so many people have made. He's one, Wakefield's one, and then there's several others. But Sylacauga, let's just spray, and what we're doing now, Jimmy Dale, for a town this size, has more veterans in combat than any in the state of Alabama.
Wow, that's a statistic. The Vietnam Veterans group here in Sylacauga. You're not just meeting every once in a while, you meet every month.
You meet once a month.
And you had a big event up at the Armory, out at the American Legion Post just a week or so ago.
Right, just a week or so ago, we had a great time, great meal, and wonderful time, and we appreciate everybody come. You attended that, and our folks, a lot of our folks attended that. And
Mr. Wakefield was there for that, am I correct?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Wakefield came in. Mr. Ellington was there too. Yeah. He's a World War II veteran. Mm-hmm. And but anyway, it's a great time. And, and I'm going to give a little tribute here to the people that really helped during all these times. You got Terry Morris, you got Jim Heigl, John Hall. They put a lot of time into this. And they combine the two groups. One meets, the Vietnam Veteran American meets the fourth Tuesday, and the American Legion meets the second Tuesday. And both are great. And an old statesman that's done gone on, and he got killed going to one of our events, Joe Duck. And so they were all hard workers. And while he was able, and before he left, he would go to every veterans event that he knowed of and could help. That was Mr. Joe Duck.
Ed, finally this morning, Camp Sue, tell the people about what's going to be taking place tomorrow, Veterans Day 2014 in Sylacauga.
Okay, Jimmy Dale. Veterans Day in Sylacauga tomorrow. They're lining up the parade at 9:30. Then reception honoring veterans, and there'll be speeches right here in front of City Hall on a trailer like we did years ago. And then there will be, refreshments and things there in the parking lot.
It starts, down at 6th Street and comes up Broadway?
Yeah. Comes 6th Street, comes up Broadway.
And turns to all on 1st and back over to Norton and back down. And the schools are out of session tomorrow. You'll have a lot of people lining the streets, and we need to do that with red, white, and blue.
Yes, on every vehicle tomorrow. Every vehicle, we got lots of vehicles, thank goodness for that. And every one of them will be that with red, white, and blue. And we're supposed to have a bunch of youngsters waving their flags on a truck. So, and then, we're just going to have a great time. The old school that you graduated from, Baby Comer, I think.
That's right.
They had two wonderful events. They had one for the seniors, and the juniors and sophomores at high school, and then they had a great one for the elementary school. And the elementary school brought it that this was the first time they've had. This is Comer had been in and out with this thing too, and they've had 3 in succession now. But they did a good job, and the faculty at Sylacauga, Comer, Fayetteville, and Schulenburg, all of them are outstanding. And let me put it this way, I think if you can teach school, you can do most anything. Thank you, Jimmy Dale.
Thank you, Ed. Veterans Day Parade tomorrow, and kicks off about 10:30 in downtown Sylacauga. We honor America and salute our veterans on Veterans Day 2014.